Hello and welcome to another cast brought to you by StarCastTV. On the mic again, it's me, Nyoken, and today we've got a more recent replay. It's going to be Hero versus Light. So in the top right, of course, we do have Hero, and in the bottom right, we have Light. And for those of you wondering what the heck this map is, it is 76, a new ASL map. It's based on the old map, 815. And to give you perspective on how old that map is, Boxer and Choja played one of the most recent games on there. They had an epic one all the way back in 2006. Now something a little bit different on this map compared to 815 is this mineral patch, and you can see it is a hallucination, so it only lasts about 1 minute, but you are able to mine as fast as possible. I think it gets probably around 500 minerals. You can see how much Light already has because he goes depot and racks all at the same time, and even a refinery. Now I'm gonna be honest, this is actually the first game I've ever seen on 76. So we've got like a 10-10-10 type of build from Light. Meanwhile, back on the other side of the map, 12 hatch for Hero, or some type of, almost 12 hatch. Now back in my day, when we were playing 815, well, first let me point out this ramp. This ramp, only tiny units can get through here. So Drone, Zealot, Marine, Ling. I don't think Dragoons can go down. I could be wrong. I can't remember exactly. But not a lot of stuff can actually fit through. And also another intricacy about 815 and what they've also kept in 7.6 is you can see there's no gas at the natural. So that means that you're going to have to get your gas at another main or at these island bases. Now back in Light side of the map, we've got the fast factory coming down. Hero got a bit lucky here to scout first, so he gets to see exactly what's going on. And going back to olden days of map or of 815, you often saw Zergs rush into drop play to get their second gas. So I wonder, oh well, there goes that theory, because he has decided he's going to take another main as his second gas. But already this is quite interesting, because you almost never see 3 hatch play nowadays, unless you're watching games of Shine. I mean, he really does love the 3 hatch, but typically normal Zerg play is 2 hatch style. So this is already a very interesting dynamic. Now, also I've noticed that Light has not pulled off a gas. This has to be Wraith. And back then, Wraith control was not a thing. So this could be 2-port Wraith, but he hasn't put down his second starport yet, so maybe it's some type of weird 1-1-1. You can also see that he's floating his factory down, and like I said, I don't think big units like Vulture or Tank can make it down. So this could be for an add-on. Nope, it's just going to be a Vulture for harassment. And that means that if a Vulture even gets in here, it's not going to be able to get into the main, so Hero could escort his drones to safety and just accept that, okay, I'm not going to mine this natural for a while. Not really a big deal, I guess. But he's decided he's going to go into 3 hatch Hydra, which is, I think, is smart versus what he saw. He saw it was a tech opener. He doesn't know if it's 2-port. He doesn't know if it's 1-1-1. What could have been a deadly opener for Light, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, is what if he had gone Academy on 1 base with a starport for drops, of course, and then tanks? I mean, mass Hydra man with no tech, I don't think that would really do very well. And as expected, skipping the sunken colony in favor of just pulling his drones. So that means we're going to have a standoff, the Vulture versus the Hydra. Now, I gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen a Vulture beat a Hydra one-on-one. But look at that micro. Because the Vulture has longer range, he was able to get off a few pot shots, almost takes it down. That's absurd. And we do actually have a 1 base, so it's going to be Science Facility. I guess Light also doesn't know what the opener is for Hero. It could have been, Lair, could be Mutas coming. So he is just playing defensively on 1 base. Meanwhile, because the Vulture can't get up the top left, he doesn't realize that there's actually a base here. Nothing he can do about it either. Wraith has come in, and I didn't catch what he actually killed, but He already has 1 kill. I imagine it was probably an Overlord since he's supply blocked. And now Light is probably going to find top left, and that's a pretty critical scout for him. Drop would be insane if he rushed that, because, I mean, look how open this is. There's no Lings, there's no Hydras. Luckily, Hero's going to build these Hydras in time to potentially save this drone. No, he does not. But he does deal a decent damage to that one Wraith. Now back in his main, he's got the lair coming up. Meanwhile, whoa, no command center. So this looks like what we see in BSL from players like Terror. I mean, he loves to do stuff like this. 3 racks on 1 base. Doesn't have the add-on for tanks though. I would have really loved to see him keep the factory on the low ground so that he could build up those tanks, or even kind of hide it and then build a dropship and elevator it down, because it may have caught Zerg off guard. But you know, Light knows better than I do. We'll see what he wants to do with this, but this is already very surprising to see a Terran player 1 base. And we do see speed on the Overlords, so that could be in anticipation of getting drops later. If he's gonna get speed, well, I guess he still doesn't know, right? He still doesn't know if it's Cloaked Wraith. Now this is interesting. I didn't realize that you could actually. Oh, I thought that was an SCV. I was like, did an SCV actually push itself through the egg and the chrysalis? But the answer is no. So that is just a Wraith hanging around. And we do have Hydras moving across. Now, Hydra can fit up here. Not like he's going to move up here, but he could. Now, this is going to be annoying. If he sits in an arc, puts like 5 or 6 Hydras, I mean, they'll one-shot the Marines as they come down. So this is frustrating. And I don't know how he's actually going to get out of this. Because, yeah, he can get Irradiate, but do you really want to blow Irradiate when there's only 7 Hydras here? Also, Lurker upgrade could be coming. If he irradiates too late, Hero could just morph Lurkers, and then basically, you know, that irradiate was wasted because the Lurker's not going to die. And there's the dropship that I was expecting. And we do have the add-on. So, how many vessels is it? I thought I saw a 3rd one, but looks like he canceled it because of this contain. I think it was a really smart contain, actually. And meanwhile, we have a macro hatch for Hero. Lurker upgrade's almost done. Like I said, actually another macro hatch and weapon upgrade for the Hydras instead of armor. This already looks like it's basically impossible for Light. I mean, think about it. Zerg has 3 bases. Yes, he doesn't have 3 gas, but Terran's on 1 base still, 8 minutes in the game. The Nat, like I said, has no gas. Vessels, you know, Marine Medic can survive with just vessels, don't necessarily need vessels and tanks, but it's going to be a long time before you see like 8 vessels out on the map. And this is what I'm talking about. This is 8 Hydras, and they're just flat out preventing any move out from Light. Super annoying. And there is the drop upgrade, so if Light doesn't get out on the map pretty soon, there's going to be expansions taken here, and they do have double gas. I forgot about that. So it is very important to deny these middle bases from Zerg. And that is good Hydra placement again, catching that drop and forcing Terran to move back. And we even have a worker, a massive worker advantage for Hero. So this is just flat out an insane lead for him. I can't think of any real advantage that Light has here. I mean, vessels are good, but are they this good? Regardless, Light has gotten an SCV to bottom right, so he can start building a command center there, but drop is about to be done. So I don't even know if I would feel confident to take that base. We do have finally siege mode kicking in, so Light is going to be able to actually get onto the map. He does have +1 weapon, but so does the Zerg, so Zerg is still quite strong, can fight one-on-one for sure. Armor upgrade coming in. Queen's Nest, don't see it anywhere. Top left is pretty safe, so not really droppable, and we just have a big move out right now. I think that Lurker egg was a decent morph right there, even though it instantly died. Try and stall for time while these lurkers morph. But actually, this is a ton of bio, man. This is actually a lot of bio. There's a decent amount of lurkers. What is it? Probably 5. So he's not going to feel confident attacking into this. I think this is smart. He's going to back off. But the fact that he turned around and Hero knows about it, oh, he is going for a massive, massive doom drop. Now I want to see... Oh, we got to turn off these players' vision. I want to see Light's vision here, because he needs to see this drop. And here, the drop comes. A single unload on the Hydra is going to take down that Wraith. But look at how open this main is. He's stimming into position, and he knew that drops were coming, because you can see he's already got the depot placed. And smartly, Hero does turn around because Light was getting into position. We do hear a scan go off finally, and he's at top left with a drop, but not able to find any opener there. If he can find top middle, that would be a really good catch. You really want to keep Zerg low on gas. So he definitely does not want to let Zerg gets this 3rd and 4th gas all at once. Now, meanwhile, this drop is still hanging around. The Wraith got taken out, the SCV got taken out, so there's no vision here. But Light left some units in anticipation. He's also got Irradiate. That was a really good catch right there. You do not want to unload on top of those Marines. And also, these vessels have almost full energy. Now, meanwhile, we've got to drop into the main. And this is not going to be successful. In fact, that drop might die. Ooh, so careful. We're so lucky, I mean, to not lose that dropship. And even though one dropship doesn't sound like a big deal, when you're on a map like this where you only have one gas for so long, losing that gas is huge. And also, having to build another dropship cuts into your time that could have been vessels. So we've got a contain right here from the Marines and Medics. And actually, I think Light can bust this. There's not going to be many lurkers left over. Yes, it's 1-1 upgrades for Zerg, but we have +2 weapon for Terran. And all these units are still loaded up in the Overlords. He's got to get in here and unload. We got a D-Matrix on top of one of the Marines. And now we have the unload finally coming in. But how many lurkers are actually mixed in? Okay, there are 3. So comboed with the Hydras, this should be enough to push this back. But the Hydras maybe move a little bit too far forward. Marine Medic is so strong, man. This is the trade that I think Light wanted, but no. He ends up having to back off. There's way too many Hydras, or maybe not. Hydras, I think, are going to win this fight because the Medics don't have that much energy anymore. You can see a couple of them are quite low, and this does get pushed back. And the vessels almost all died. There's only 1 remaining. And like I said, very important to not lose any of your gas units. Light had a couple more banked up, so he still has 3 left over. But losing that is huge. We do have 2-1 upgrades for Zerg right now. So upgrade advantage for Zerg. He's finally using or moving his units from top left. And look at the supply, 95 to 80. You would almost think if Zerg knew his supply advantage, he may just go and attack the front because it's just Marine Medic. There's a single tank. There's only 2 Irradiates, I think. But of course, he's not aware of that, so he is just playing defensively right now. Does not want to lose his advantage. He knows he's at least up bases in terms of mineral income. Just going to keep rebuilding the Hydras and Lurkers. And he is taking the center, which I also forgot to mention. There is another one here. But you can see there is only 1 gas here. And also, I think you can unload on these ledges. So a single drop that gets unloaded could shut down the base completely, whether it unloads on the high ground or not. Now we do have the Hydra sharking around. They are going to have to move back for now. I mean, this bio ball is pretty massive for how the game has unfolded. For being on 1 base, it's pretty freaking good. But you can see we're 14 minutes in the game. Terran only has 5 racks. He's about to mine out his main. Meanwhile, Zerg is on 6 hatches. I mean, he's got a ton of money. He's about to have 4 bases. Scratch that, he's about to have 5 bases. He may even take this base, so it's going to be 6 bases. It's going to be so hard for Terran to deny every single base. This was a good cancel. He ends up denying this base right here and this base right here, so that's nice. But Hive, I did see, was completed. And once the Defiler Mountain gets out, how's he going to be able to endlessly deal with lurkers and defilers? He only has a set amount of energy on his vessels. We do have command center floating to mid left, or not mid left, bottom middle. And he is finally going to get another gas for himself, and that's huge. Meanwhile, Marine Medic is moving towards the left side of the map. And we still don't have an engagement yet. He's trying to just deny the left side, which he should find and deny. And I saw a scan go off right there, so he knows that's there also. Where's his drop ship, though? Oh, it's down here. I forgot about that. So he's transferring, I'm sure, his workers right now, or will be transferring them. But he needs to get a drop over here to deny this. He does find bottom left. Hive is done, though. You got to remember that. If there's a Nidus anywhere, it could be instantly fortified. I don't see one, though. So that is going to be denied. You can see scrambling to the left side is Hero. He's got a lot of Hydras moving over here. So he may end up killing the army. Actually may end up saving it. I didn't realize that this is just 5 Marines. Now, meanwhile, there's a massive drop in the main. And regardless of whether he kills actual units here, he's going to supply block light. Because look at how many depots are right here. He's going to pick that off. He's going to pick off the starports. He's going to pick off the academy. Is there another drop going on? No, it's just the main. But this is going to be a nightmare to deal with. The tank is out of position. The Marines don't have the armor to fight the lurkers. But actually, the vessels did a good job of eliminating all the lurkers at the same time. So this drop didn't do as much damage as I thought. But it did annoy Terran a little bit. Supply blocking him, killing a couple of depots. But in the meantime, he's going to start taking mid-right also. This science facility gets taken out, and that's a big loss. And back at the bottom middle, which Light really needs to get up and running, he's still not mining there, still hasn't transferred anything. Meanwhile, Light still has denied these middle bases. Top middle's denied. He denied mid-left. He actually killed it with this, with a drop over there. There's the drop ship. And, okay, bottom left has not been killed, and there's the Nidus, which is what all Terran players are really worried about. And the fact that there's a Nidus here now, I don't think that this base will really ever be killed. So this is a really awkward situation, because Terran really doesn't want to get in this weird scenario where, okay, I need to attack here and attack here, because it leaves you open to flanks, right? It leaves your main completely open. You're going to be hit from, 270 degrees. So he really needs to clean this base up the most. We do have another big move out. 5 vessels this time. The bio ball 3-1 upgrades. So this is really, really powerful Terran army, but down 50 supply. Even if you factor in the drone difference, he's still down 30 supply. Good irradiates going off, good lurker morph. I still don't see a defiler. There's only 2 lurkers that are gonna get instantly killed. This might be a bust, actually. 3-1 Terran is no joke. Lurkers did not unload out of that Overlord. There's the defiler he needs to consume ASAP. Oh, it gets irradiated, didn't consume yet. Does he have it? Oh, it's not done. It's not done. There is luckily another defiler for him. So he will be able to get the energy in just a second. And he does. And now that the energy is here, he should be able to hold this. But more units funneling across the map. It's only oh my god! Half of the vessel count gets picked off instantly. And this is going to be a forced retreat. Now, of course, bottom left, there's so many drones here, or about to be so many drones. Top left is still mining. Mid right is up. Hasn't transferred there yet, though. But still, so much production, so much big eco for Hero. Meanwhile, Light is struggling, man. I mean, he's finally just now transferred his workers. He's finally got his gas. One of the gases up and running. And I think he just finally completed his science facility, finally going into double starport. But look at how open his main is. I mean, a single turret, a single bunker, another drop would be amazing for Zerg. Now, Zerg sees the army moving to top left, so that was a good critical lurker morph on the ramp to buy time. And this base doesn't have a Nidus, just now starting. So you can see Hero's in panic mode to get this up and running. But he still has a lot of units here. The Hydras, the Defilers, that'll buy time. And there's no escape here. These Marines and Medics, they are going to die unless they've got some counter to the cloud, which they don't. There's no fire bats at all. So this is a really nice hold from Hero yet again. I see couple of Marines went to bottom left. All they're going to really get done is maybe kill the extractor, and that's it. Marine medic gets up the ramp, though, but that was a big shot. Knocks down a few of the Marines and medics. And with Lings going to combo here. Okay, maybe not. I thought actually they would be able to clean up the bio, but maybe they still will, just barely. Well, we had a double drop going somewhere. Where are we going? Let's see where he scanned. He scanned top middle, so he's got his eyes set on that, but get intercepted by a couple of Hydras. Takes quite a bit of damage. Now, that's not what you want to see as a Terran fan. Light is stuck on one vessel now. This drop is going to shut down top middle, though. So that's a good catch from him, but he needs to do something else other than kill this one base. He needs to get this base killed, or I guess mid-right, actually, but he doesn't know about it. Finally, Firebats are mixed in with this army, but the Cloud is still here. The Lings are still going to trade effectively. Remember, they're heavily upgraded. They've got the +2 armor already. This drop got killed, or this base got killed. If he goes into the main, there's already units positioned there, so I don't think he can drop there. Ultralisk Cavern is about to finish, but doesn't really have the gas to support that just yet. Remember, he took this gas quite quickly, so this is about to mine out. This gas is mined out. He's only mining this gas and this gas, really, so still about 2.5 gas there. Really needs to take that one. We did see a scan here from Light a moment ago, so he knows this is up and running, but there's already an Nidus there, so not too sure if he'll be able to break it. So we're probably gonna have another big attack in the center of the map. The drop, no, that's not the drops. Where are the drops? Okay, they came back actually, so we do have a forward attack from Hero. He should be able to get through this, I think. I think this is just way too much Zerg. The drops are going to unload, but... oh, maybe not. Maybe not. He does hold this quite easily. I didn't think the Firebats would be able to pick them off as easily as they did. Good focus fire. Almost gets that dropship. You can see that was a focus fire because those Hydras didn't auto-attack any of the Marines. And that is going to mean that this dropship will unload. I can't believe Light actually ended up saving that dropship. So this base, nope, gonna be denied instant unload or instant Nidus transfer from Hero. He's gonna shut this down quickly, and without taking down this base, I think we are moments away from seeing the GG. I mean, Light just doesn't have really any money anymore. He's got his mineral only here. He's got this base, but look how many SCVs are actually mining these minerals. I mean, it's 6. There's only 6 patches. So his income is just down in the dumps completely. These Marines, yes, they shut down this base, but they can't get into the main and do anything. Good plague, and now these vessels are one-shottable. I imagine this might be the final attack. There's no Hydras mixed in, but if there were Hydras here and the vessels die, I think it would be an instant GG. Regardless, we've got a lot of Lings coming in here to almost nothing. The Firebats, they are killer there. Take all of them down. Meanwhile, another load up on the right side with tank support. I could see this getting busted. Lurkers out of position here. Light's doing a good job to draw all the attention to the mid base while he drops mid right. But there's just too much Zerg. These vessels are all going to die. We see the Ultralisk finally out on the map. This base is going to get taken down for now, but reinforcements through the Nidus. I also see Hero is taking a base up here. This base still has gone unhindered. Ultras coming in. They've got the +5 upgrades. Oh my god, those Lurker spines just killed everything. And so that gets vaporized. What does Light have left? He's just so starved. He doesn't really have any medics. There they are right there, no energy, and there it is. The GG comes out, and that means that Hero is going to be our winner today. That was a wild one. I have not seen 8-1-5, or I guess this being 7-6, in a very long time. Interesting dynamics. And you can see how frustrating it is for both players. I mean, you get dropped everywhere. It's hard to reinforce the islands when you take them. But at the same time, it leaves you so vulnerable to getting dropped in your main too. Also, you have no gas at your natural, so your unit comp is really, really weird. But an exciting game. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be back in the near future with another cast. See you soon.